Hey everyone! Most of my tabletop minis use some form of these textured desert bases. They cost next to nothing, are quick and easy to make, but most importantly, they take very little effort. So without any further ado, let me show you how easy they are to do. The secret ingredient is DIY filler. This is a product that can be found at any hardware or DIY store. It goes by many names: polyfiller, wall or wood filler, wall or joint compound, spackle. It doesn't really matter what it's called. For this purpose, it's all the same thing. It comes ready to use straight out of the pot or tube. I personally keep a wooden tongue depressor in the pot for quick mixing and easy application. Your aim should be to create an interesting and irregular texture on the surface. You can apply it pretty thickly to get some real undulation going on, but I find personally keeping it thin saves a lot of time. For this thickness, it should be dry enough to paint within a few hours. A thicker application may need to be left overnight. Wooden coffee stirrers also work well to spread and texture the filler across a base. But I also use cocktail sticks, silicone sculpting tools, my fingers. Basically anything that's stick-like and suitable for poking will do the job. The painting is just as straightforward, starting with a dark brown base coat. In this case, I'm using burnt sienna acrylic craft paint. And yes, for those of you wondering, that is a plastic lid from a milk bottle. I steal them from the recycling and wash them up, as I find them really useful for tasks like this. They work great as disposable hard palettes. Once the base coat is fully dry, we move on to dry brushing. Starting with a sandy colour, my usual choice is Zandri dust. Get some paint on your brush and then remove most of it on the paper towel. Make sure your brush isn't overloaded. The aim here is to let it build up slowly to get a good covering until it blends in with the base coat. Take your time, don't rush. We can then move on to a lighter tone and a lighter dry brush. Citadel's Rakarth Flesh is my go-to for this final highlight, and I try to apply lighter, more vectored brush strokes. And by that I mean I pick a single direction and try to focus on creating highlights that suggest a directional light source and catch just the tops of the texture. At this point, the only mandatory final touches are to add a mini and to paint the rim. I tend to add a tuft or two for a bit of colour, something that ties an army together or ties in with the minis themselves. You can build these bases before or after fixing a mini in place. There are arguments both ways. Just bear in mind that the dry brushing can mess up your carefully painted boots if you leave it till last. But dry brushing carefully with the mini in place can also help give the boots a dusty feel, helping tying the mini in with the world of the base. I've used the same process on display boards and wargaming scenery. Hopefully you found this useful. But you know the drill. If you want to see more videos from me, please like, please subscribe, and please comment. Until next time, keep making, keep painting, and keep learning.